Hello everyone. I want to invite you all again to the Venus Sequence retreat, a retreat where we're going to dive deep into this incredible transmission from Richard Rudd about how we learned to close our hearts down when we were small children. And actually the process of becoming your true self is about going back into those childhood patterns and unwinding it. What's beautiful about the Venus sequence is there's all these wonderful pathways built into it. And I want to talk to you about one of those pathways. And it's the pathway from what's called the EQ to the SQ. In other words, it's the pathway back from the age of 7 to 14, back to when we were in our first 7 years of life. The SQ represents that. And that pathway is named isolation or love. So I want you to think about your relationships, especially the people in your life that you feel really close to, and especially your intimate relationships. And I want you to think about those two words, love or isolation. And oftentimes in our relationship, we get to feel both of those. We get to feel the immense love and the immense openness of our hearts. And we also get to feel what it feels like to be really isolated. And what I mean by that is that our hearts close down. Isolation just means that we close down to our own hearts and to other people. And so we end up feeling isolated. And it's really interesting that in relationships, those two extremes, the experience of a really open heart, feeling love, and the feeling of feeling isolated, are really very close to each other. They're, I would say, a hair's breadth away from each other. And most of the pain that you see in young children is because they have this ability to feel both of those, to feel the sense of isolation and feel the pain of life, and also feel the immense joy and immense love. So what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that your relationships really show you how life for human souls truly is. I don't want to promise that when you do the Venus sequence, you're suddenly going to become enlightened. That's not what I'm promising, and I don't think it's what Richard is promising. But actually what happens when you start to get really honest in your relationships is that you start to realize how fragile human beings are and how powerful we are at the same time. There's something about being a human soul that's incredibly fragile, but also incredibly powerful. So I invite you to join me at this Venus Sequence retreat. I have a feeling it's going to be very, very special. Thank you.